got this 22 Super Duty King Ranch in for a customer, and this thing's about to go under the knife and get all chopped up. We're gonna take it, clear down, take all the whole body off, and we just need the interior and all the chassis work. It's King Ranch edition, and this is all gonna go into a 76 Ford crew cab. We're gonna put the seats, the dash, the interior, the whole interior, the panoramic sunroof, everything. It's got about 40,000 miles on it, super clean. The back seat in here, you can see like it's never even had a butt on it, I don't think. This thing's freaking mint, so it's gonna be wild. Stay tuned and see what the hell happens. Woohoo! So here's what's left of the 22 King Ranch cab. It's crazy because this was a nice driving pickup just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, when I drove it back over to you, I was like, this is a shame.
I know. But you guys still got to cut the roof out, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, we're only going to take about 2 inches around the top. Then cut all the braces out. I think we got a pretty good idea how to put it in there. I think it's going to come out pretty good.
Pretty good.
So we can have very little body filler in it.
Yeah, nobody likes mud.
So it'll last.
So crazy. Well, it's going to be worth it. It's going to be cool. Let's go ahead and film that. So they're getting ready to cut this door to graft to this one to make the door wider. You guys go down to Walmart to the arts and craft department.
Exactly, you gotta do that every now and then.
Is that what you're trying to do? Is just make sure it's all square?
So I cut it square, and then the next one I'm gonna put it on there, mark it, and then measure 6 inches.
Okay.
Or 5, whatever we got on the front one.
6 on the
And then cut it. Leave about 1/8 of an inch gap, and then roll her together. Well, I got some darn rivets in here. Should drain them off in there.
What's he doing on the lower trim?
That on, or is he gonna put the racetrack type on?
What's
You're
the...
not going with none of them.
His 76 has the molding down here,
Just below.
and then the one in here. If I was him, I would do away with this one and put the racetrack in.
That's not up to you.
I think that's what he wants.
Is that what he wants?
Yeah.
Get rid of that
I think we're gonna go off of what the blue bed is. How it's got the chrome trim all the way.
Right.
I think
They
we're
don't
doing
have that either.
So
Yeah.
his 76 had the plate on the bottom like the earlier one.
He wants it to look like the silver one over there.
Yeah, his didn't have bottom molding.
Oh no.
He wants the molding in
It's
here,
over there.
right?
Here,
Put silver down the middle.
Let's video that and then I'll text it to him and see what he says. Here. Okay.
You want to go with do away with the trim molding on the bottom and go with the racetrack type through here,
Well,
and
you
then we
can
paint
look
the
over here on
center.
this other Ford.
It'll look
So
like
it'll have this piece here.
this
and
one
then
will
over
stay,
here.
and then the racetrack one, they call it, goes around here like this.
Mark this here, and that's where we're going to cut. Straighten it out.
Well, anything good's worth doing twice, right?
Exactly.
What?
It's not going down in there. Oh, there's
There's
a
a
rivet
pin
in
right
there.
there.
All right. Start some cutting.
For real. Give me that money.
I'm not sure if he ain't going to have them chromed because I don't know.
He's
if
got
he
to have
can
them
polish
chromed.
aluminum.
He's got to have them chromed.
So after he spends the $1,500, after we cut and shape and fix them for the doors, everything's got to be sent in and chromed.
That's right. That's what we got Ogden's Chrome for.
Yeah,
Because you won't be able to
not
put
the
chrome against
shine
the
shop.
aluminum.
No, they're going to mahogany chrome.
Uh,
You guys know what they're doing.
Because that's gonna be a good- if it was stainless, you could cut and weld it.
I think this looks pretty good. I mean, you want a big sunroof, there you go.
it's perfect like it is. Mount the seats and go with it.
Damn you.
You looking all right? I can't get a measurement like that, damn it.
Theoretically, if you went on each side, you're right. You got to cut it right here. So just put a piece of tape.
I got to
right
turn my brain on. Sometimes you don't turn your brain on.
You guys about to tack those together?
About to tack them together.
Yeah, we can't leave till they do that.
Production door. Now that I get to look at it, if you look in here, that track has a lot more thickness than that one there. Look at the mold on that new one. Look at the width of that new door compared to that old one.
That is pretty ugly. And the channel, look.
I know.
The channel in the old one is up higher than it is in this one. Or that'll move a little.
It does, but look how unfinished that's.
I know.
That's thin. This is thick. I'm wondering we might have to chop up more new doors.
Just use all new ones so that they
All
match.
new ones. Because there's no fixing that.
No.
Because when they bent this, they didn't bend it right. And look, if you come out here, this is the same way.
That's those.
There's 3/8 difference between this and this.
They did. They got
Will not
cheesy
work.
didn't.
There's 3/8 difference. Look at
I
it.
know. I can't believe it. Because
But-
I've never used these, and look at everything on them. Even the body line. I don't know how good they are.
But I don't like this at all. And the inside, look, I think the inside might be.
Even this jam in here. Look at this jam. Look at this. Turn it over.
Piece it back together and send it back to China.
Yeah. Here, look at that. Look at that
Same thing
right
up
here. None of it fits.
There. Same thing up here.
It's
This-
ugly.
This is thick.
Look
and
at
this
that.
is thin.
Ooh, that's really ugly. It'll never work. You'll never be able to make it work.
Never make it work.
Nope.
Unless we use all new doors.
We either use new ones.
But you can't do it on the rear because they don't make her.
They don't make it.
Which
Now, I'm thinking we might want original ones because you know everything fits.
thicker both ways.
Every way. Let's turn it over and see how our measurement was anyway. 46 and almost 3/8.
Why don't we tack this together? Just put a couple tacks in there. And we bolt that on the hinges and stick it on there and just see what it looks
See
like.
what it looks like. Fiddlesticks.
Freaking repop junk.
I thought they were pretty good
They
too.
look good.
You wouldn't know it until
So
you
you put
did
them
this.
side by side like
Yeah.
that, and not all things are equal.
No.
I mean, you can really see it in his jam. Look at the.
Well, like if you're replacing a door, you
There's
probably wouldn't
literally
notice it.
3/8
But
difference in the stamp. You'll never make that work.
Cheapskates.
they tried to chinch you out of a ½ inch of metal. This is straight. I think this is plenty long. Look at that window. I'll tell you what it was. The window was what? 27 inches. 32. We got plenty. We'll just cut that up. We'll make the rear one out of that one.
Have another rear. Well, we have this rear piece.
We can weld these two
But
together.
is it long? Well, it ain't long enough. Son of a bitch ain't long enough. Ain't no fucking-
Oh, you're right. Has to be Lincoln. It ain't long enough. We're gonna see if we can scrounge up a couple more doors.
Are you gonna look for some more?
Yeah, we got a friend here in town that's big into the 78.
How about that?
So you guys are.
Quite the project.
Remember, when we put that in there, then these will be the same, and they'll look right like this.
Right, we're,
I mean, it's gonna look good.
Be stronger than factory, I'm sure. Put a 2-inch pipe in here just for extra
Excellent.
reinforcement.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I think we got the length about right, really. To me, it looks good.
They got
there really ain't much, wasn't much.
fixed.
It was pretty silly looking with just lengthening the rear one.
Yeah. It looked like a limo.
Yeah, so.
Oh, this one's got the. It's got that in there.
Yeah.
That looks way better with that in there.
Oh,
that
if
one
you didn't
don't
have that
go
in
through
there, it'd be silly. I think.
Wow, this is really.
They're trying to get it on that frame, you know, we can only shorten it so much.
We want to get them to where they're almost perfect, so you've got very little body filler in them, so you don't have any trouble later on down the road.
A lot of guys, well, they were trying to, they were putting different radiators in, like out of a Duramax,
Right.
smaller, so.
And these things are loaded with coolers up there.
Yes, yes. All the radiator hoses all come out. I think we got clearance on everything, so.
Yeah, I think that's the best if we can keep all the original
Yeah.
stuff.
So we got most of the hard part figured out. The rest will be going pretty quick. So
It's impressive.
you'll see a lot of progress in the next month or two. So we want to get everything in primer, and then we're gonna ship it over to you, and then you can start figuring out all the window regulators
We'll
and
get the glass, which I don't know if you guys can do that. Want us to mold the glass to kind of know where we're gonna be on that part.
Do you have a roller?
And we're gonna
No.
try to put the dash
I
in.
might have to go buy that one.
We can- we could do that too if you wanted. We could fit the glass, get the molds made. I know it's gonna take a little bit of time getting them.
We did some measurement. I think the dash is gonna go in pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, a little trimming here and there, but
I think from all the
For
ones
the
I've
most
seen, you
part-
trim a little bit on the sides and they actually fit pretty good.
Fire.
Everybody stops in here and they just can't wait to see the thing in paint. Yeah,
we can put one in our Scout.
Good.
You think that'll work better?
Instead of the
Yeah.
cable.
You guys looked at the ones in the factory doors. They look like a
Yeah,
bitch.
I think
You might. I mean that.
It would be good. It would be nice to use as much as we can out of that because we already got it, and then the electronics will all work
Right.
seamlessly.
Right.
If it'll
That's
work,
something you'll have to figure out.
we'll figure that out.
And then the only other question we had is the front bumper. I mean, I'm not sure what you're gonna do on it because we do have a little bit of space difference for the bumper.
Well, when
That
we
might
get
have to be a custom build.
well, what we would do, what we've done on all the other ones, we'll cut the frame horns off and build new ones. Or
And
whatever.
bring it up a
We'll
little
bring it
bit,
up
maybe?
so that the factory bumper will bolt on, unless you want
But
something
it's
different.
just-
I think the factory bumper's the way to go.
And I don't know, they might be able to take two bumpers and maybe white, just keep the factory look, but maybe white. Well, we also thought if you did go, maybe you could put like a hockey deal, like on some of them, like the rubber, to where it kind of covers everything. Might be
The
good.
valance, they make
we-
them plastic valances you can put
Valances,
under the factory bumper.
Right, yeah.
So that
cover
might
it
cover most all of it and still look good.
So, what, so
Yeah, that's
sunroofing what you're
all.
working
It's
on
just
next,
looking
and
pretty
what
You
do
just don't know what it's
you
gonna
think it's gonna be
look
2
like.
more
Get it on
months?
there.
I think 2 more months and we should have the whole thing in primer and back over to Carson so we can
What
get.
happened in October?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, what happened to the 1 month?
We're trying.
Well, we've taken on a lot more for what we originally were gonna have you do.
Yeah.
Because we had them do the whole the core support and all the whole front clip. Because we got talking about it because that's what we were gonna work on, but got decided that we needed to have them do it to make sure that all the body lines and everything fit with the fenders before they put the cab solid. That's what Bernie was saying, and so I'm like, well,
Alignment's everything.
Yeah.
And it's countless hours.
we had to basically from nose to tail, everything needed to be together here before
Especially
the cab
it's-
was
just like
solid.
cutting the doors down and getting your body lines to pretty much perfection. It just takes countless hours, constantly cutting and grinding and.
Show them where the rust repairs you just did last week.
Oh yeah, this piece and I don't know which ones are all that. Want to make sure to get all the rust out of them too. That one, I think the other side.
Yeah, and then you got rid of the gas cap there.
Gas
Because this
cap,
is
and
actually
this cap
this
corner had
back
some
piece
rot
is
in
actually
it.
out of a different cab,
Yeah.
and so it was a high boy, and so it
Well,
had.
what we had planned to begin with is we were gonna section it
Yeah,
and put two
exactly,
welds. But then you got twice the warpage and then we're losing more strength.
Yeah.
So that's why we decided to get a donor cab, regular cab, and put just one seam front and rear.
So if you see,
better.
the
Otherwise,
this,
yours, you know,
this
yours
is the
back
crew
here.
cab right here,
Yeah.
and then it's got more.
But when we cut yours, we had a 6-inch gap. So instead of putting a piece double in it, we decided.
And you spend less time, and
And then they
you
did
get
the same
everything
thing on the
straighter that way,
front.
too.
So they cut the other front clear up here, and then this one back
We
here.
just figured it'd come out better and
And less seams.
it's better and less seam. Yeah, we want to use your aluminum with the reinforcement. We cook it out that way.
We're gonna build heavy-duty brackets inside to bolt the aluminum, the main part of it,
Yeah.
back in. And then on the inside, we're probably gonna panel bond. We're gonna put a piece of, about a 4-inch piece of steel, and we're gonna panel bond it to this piece. So I think it'll go in nice and smooth to where we can get it. We want to try to get it really flat to where you have very little body filler in there, because we want it to last. We don't want it to. Most of these builds like this, guys put way too much body filler in, and then a couple years down the road, you got all your Bondo cracking out. So
Check and have the cameras. I want all of them because I don't need a light on the side. I don't even use, but
they make I use quite a bit in the past for hoods, front of fenders. It's a spray-on rubberized clear bra, you know, like the plastic clear bra, but you can't hardly see it. And I would, if it was me, I'd put it from this body line down, just to save from rock chips.
see what happens. Because I don't know what that stuff looks like. But yeah, these are the holes right here.
Yep.
So they're like.
Yeah, those are the exact right ones. You don't mess those up, because I had to drill
I was
them
getting
out.
ready to grind them off and weld them shut because I didn't know what mirror we were going with.
That's like the tape just cracked.
Yeah, those are
Looks
the
like
exact right ones, because I had to drill these exact holes, my dad and I, on Rusty Rick to make them fit.
So you want to leave those in?
Yeah, 'cause
Usually
that's-
weld them and then
Those are the mirrors.
pop them when you get their mirror.
But I'm gonna have all the lock holes covered. No
Okay.
All
locks.
of them are covered.
Yeah. So because when we'll have the fob to unlock it,
This
and
one
then we'll have the
doesn't
door
have
key
the
as
hole.
well.
Okay.
And then the other thing I guess we need to talk about is paint. What kind of paint job you want?
So
You want this thing cut down, mirror shine, or you want just a nice, slick paint job?
Yeah, like the quality of paint job, because there's
So this is
there's
what-
paint
this
and then
is
there's
this
paint and
one
then there's
we just
paint.
got done with. We did it. This is right out of the gun. Because if you want to color sand and bulk to where you just got literally nothing, this is right out of the gun. That's what it was. And it's decent. I mean, we got orange peel in it.
Honestly, if you're
trash
going
in
this
it.
far, I would color sand and buff the whole thing. It's
That's
worth the
totally-
cost.
Oh, that looked better than my factory one. Sorry.
I was at a dealership the other day, and there's a brand new Toyota Tundra there, and I was looking, it's black, and I was looking down the side, I'm like, holy hell, that looks
Oh,
like
I know.
Some
Yeah.
of those coming from the factory here are pretty
rough.
ugly.
It was black, so
The
you know
orange
you see
peel
everything,
in,
but the
real-
orange peel was horrendous.
I know.
Brand new, sitting in the inside the building at the dealership, and I'm like,
I've noticed that myself. So this is all going to have to be sliced down, brought in, where it comes out even and straight and welded. And just a lot of tedious body work. Getting up inside all these jams and getting everything perfected. It takes a long time, the body work part.
I was putting.
And like I said, I want to get it to where I put very little body filler in it, because I don't want you to have trouble later on. You know, most restoration shops, they don't care. They just pour the mud to it. And
well, we
don't
want it to
worry
be,
about long ability.
we
you
want
know?
it to, yeah, we want it to have longevity. We don't want it to crack out within a couple
Especially
years.
if you plan on driving it daily. You know, a lot of Bondo is not a bad thing if you're only taking it out every now and then and driving them. But when you drive them daily, you don't want very much in it.
So then, like under here, where you were riveting and stuff. Like,
Yep.
You just put another plate under here, and then.
This is actually an angle iron,
Yeah.
and then we semi-hucked it to this, panel bonded it, and semi-hucked it.
Yeah.
So it's solid. And then we're going to weld this solid once we get it on the rotisserie, and then it'll look nice and smooth. And then
So there's
it's
no other piece goes on there.
nope,
covers?
just that right there.
But what about like these
We were-
gaps and stuff like that? under
That's
the-
all going to be filled in with welded solid. So it's going to be nice and solid. It'll actually be stronger than the factory the way we And these are in a pretty decent angle to where your running boards, I think they're gonna fit like a glove too. Your factory running boards. Yeah.
It's sexy. That's
sexy
what
when
they
it's
had on
done.
that Burt Jackson. I'm telling you guys, it was.
Show us the blue.
Yeah. It was good.
No, it's all factory.
That looks
I'll
good.
tell you, it really looked good.
Oh, it's
With that white, with the racetrack, the white down the center, with the white roof, and then that blue, boy, it
I
was
think it'll
sharp.
look good either way, though.
It was sharp.
I do spray out to see if it happens.
But the combination you wanted was
He's going
Just
all
this.
blue.
because I
Or no,
White with blue on top.
because I thought he was gonna do the trim top and bottom and then do the.
Yeah.
the
now
white
we're
bottom.
doing the roof's gonna be blue too?
No, white roof.
White roof? Okay.
White roof. I want to put this molding back on.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, that
So
cap.
I'll save those rivets.
Yes.
Wow, that is
I like
pretty.
that cap mold.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
So, it just completes it.
Yep.
But no, yeah,
So where are you gonna? Where's the cutoff for the white on the roof?
right here. It goes all the ways. It does the whole roof.
Okay.
And then it does. It goes blue all the ways to here, and then it goes white all the ways down.
So it's gonna have more white than blue. Okay.
Right. So the cab's gonna be blue inside.
Okay.
So
All right.
the cab will be blue.
With the King Ranch colored, the factory leather line. Okay.
White. That blue.
You got a few fish eyes there, though.
I know it. We're gonna try to make.
That's
make
how.
it-
That's how it's gonna look.
Yeah, just a couple in there. He said a daily driver.
Come on, Bert.
Can't make it too nice, and he won't want to drive it.
It'll send you that way when you get your first rock chip. It'll just kind of blend in. You can weld it, make them, but there's no way of shining it without having them chrome. And that's why we may have to join them too, because if we get too long, they don't like the chrome. You know what I mean? After a certain length, it's a pain in the ass to get chrome. So
These are mine.
we're gonna have everything chrome. They all got to come off, and all has to be chrome.
10 grand.
Since we have to have these.
Dad, let's go wheeler.